coming right up. Welcome, sports fans. Thanks for joining us. D8.
Kevin, thank you.
Indeed. Something special, David. Thanks. Now, a look at Dallas's starting lineup. Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Luka Doncic out there with Josh Richardson. And it's Finney Smith in at the 3. And for the Clippers, Patrick Beverley out there with Paul George. Then it's Marcus Morris. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Ibaka in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And that one's good. Beverley. And the teams we're seeing tonight, Steve, they have very deep rotations.
And Kevin, when you can go maybe 10 deep, it keeps your locker room happy. It also protects your team against injuries sinking a season.
Now here's Beverley following the miss. Oh, that was something else.
That was nasty. So explosive with the dunk. Kawhi Leonard gets up quick to slam it down.
Doncic passes to Porzingis. Offline from the top of the key.
And he's frustrated. That's a shot he can make in his sleep.
Out to Morris. And the foul on Josh Richardson. That is his first foul of the game. Richardson against George.
Defensively, I'm impressed with Richardson. The ability to move his feet and match up against a variety of positions.
And it was interesting how the Dallas franchise sold its fans on Doncic. Ownership told them, think of a 6'7" Steve Nash. Isn't quite the shooter Steve was, but is only a teenager. Great vision. Boy, he can really pass it, and it turns out Doncic is all of that and more.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Doncic kicks to Richardson. Inside. And it's sent back by George.
Not going to be Paul George with that move. He's too long and too talented of a defender.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
And he rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish. And even Nash himself called Doncic a dream prospect.
Yeah, it said Luka was big and mobile enough in the modern game, can guard multiple positions, has a skill set, a winning mentality, and those leadership qualities. Steve Nash sounding like a future GM.
Here's Beverley after Luka Doncic's bucket. Leonard with no one around. And a miss there on the triple.
And yeah, that old adage about being too wide open, not a thing. He just missed it.
And Finney Smith gets it to go.
Give Josh credit, taking the challenge offensively, discipline, and that's a beautiful pass.
And so here are the Clippers following the score by Dallas. Here's George. Steps back and drains the jump shot.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Doncic looking it over. Kicks it out to Richardson. Porzingis against Ibaka. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The fadeaway. It's hauled in by the Clippers. And Leonard puts it up from deep 3. An absolute bomb from three-point range.
Oh, great ball movement there.
And so Doncic will bring it up for Dallas. They trail by 9 points. Outside, Porzingis. It's Richardson on the wing. Porzingis kicks to Doncic. He's off on that one. And the Clippers will come the other way. Here's George. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Here's Finney Smith. He's covered by Leonard. Finney Smith passes to Richardson. It's stolen by Morris. George with the ball. Now guarded by Porzingis. George against Richardson. Now George from about 19 feet. And the shot is long. And here's the fast break. Richardson leading the way.
Pushes it quickly, and he gets something before the defense can set up. Richardson's a good finisher in transition.
Beverly against Doncic. Beverly with the ball. Outside, George. There's the triple. Ibaka, and Ibaka is right there.
When shots go up, one thing about Ibaka, he gets to the right place at the right time.
A fantastic mobile one block. This one deserves another look.
And early in a game, these sorts of plays really can set the tone.
He gets it up. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers. Ahead by... And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Yeah, they were very physical and very aggressive. They've just been the better team so far.
On the court for Dallas here in the second, they've got Dwight Powell. J.J. Redick is out there with Jalen Brunson. Then it's Willie Cauley-Stein, and it's Hardaway in at the 3 slot. The shot by Powell, no good. Clippers leading by 9. Jackson has the open look. His three-pointers off the mark. Maverick shooting a putrid 25% from the field. Poor shot selection all around.
And at his peak, Reggie Jackson is one of the better guards in the league. He still got that confidence.
Yes, he does. Injuries slowed him down, but still able to create his shot anytime he wants.
Now here's Redick. That one falls.
Redick is just a thorough scorer. He looks calm and collected, rising up from any place on the court.
The Clippers shooting it really well. 54% from the floor. Brunson against Jackson. Now here's Kennard. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Count it, good.
Outstanding decision. Kennard is getting better and better at creating offense for himself.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, we know that for years the NBA has thought about a postseason play-in tournament to get more teams and fans involved. Last year's pandemic stoppage basically necessitated its implementation. For the NBA, the disruption of business as usual enabled innovation and risk-taking. I don't want to be too hoity-toity, but it was Albert Einstein who once said, "In the midst of every crisis lies great opportunity." Guys, back to you.
You're right. Thank you, David. Now Patterson. After Tim Hardaway missed from long range. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
So difficult to stay planted, especially with all the motion around you. Annoying turnover.
DeMarcus Cousins has checked in for Los Angeles.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
Batum wide open. He fired. A three-pointer is right on target. Batum's got the lead up to 14 now for the Clippers. Brunson against Jackson. Will it go? Outside Hardaway. Greg, you've always said to have a winning team, you need franchise players. Talk about the specific qualities you look for in those superstars that can catapult a team to greatness.
It's a great question, Kevin. Talent really isn't enough. You know, whether you lead vocally or by example, the agenda has to be winning, and your best players really define who your team is going to be. So the franchise caliber player is a much-needed asset.
Now, here's Kennard. No good from outside. Zubac against Redick, and the dunk by Powell.
He's a great shooter, but not just a gunner. JJ finding the open man.
And here's Jackson. passes it to Cousins. Outside, Batum. Outside for Jackson. 4 on the shot clock. The Clippers need to get off a shot. Zubac's no good.
It can be a little disheartening when you do everything right and come away with nothing.
And there's the foul. It's on Nicholas Batum. That is his first foul of the game. And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. Doncic passes to Kleber. Richardson outside. And he's going up for the alley-oop. Wants to get it to Doncic, and does. And it's sent back by George. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And you see Kawhi's hustle in transition, always putting himself in position to succeed.
And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
And, guys, point of emphasis for the league is to really crack down on illegal screens.
Yes, the last few years, the rules changes have tended to benefit the offenses. This evens things out a bit.
Now, here's George. Off target with his 3. Pass break, Dallas. Richardson's running. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in.
I like that Josh Richardson is more comfortable in this offense, just taking what the defense allows.
Beverly feeling it out a bit. George against Richardson. From inside, it's hauled in by Richardson.
I'll tell you what, he's been off target all night, and his teammates have had to rally.
And here we go, coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul, seeing if that was the right call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
I like seeing Patrick Beverly attack the interior. Sometimes he becomes too perimeter oriented.
And so it's Los Angeles with...
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Right out of the gates, it was the Clippers setting the tone. They strung together several impressive... And that...
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
Ooh, that first half looked like a dunk contest mixtape. Was just destroying the rim.
And these weren't just putbacks and alley-oops. He was roaring to the rim and finishing.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverly. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Marcus Morris. And it's Ibaka in at the 5. Los Angeles calls timeout. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And, Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
Out to Doncic. Knocks down the 3 ball. Doncic has got the first points to start out the third quarter for Dallas.
And he can play the long-range game, the mid-range game. He takes it to the rack. Doncic is a versatile 3-level scorer.
Leonard inside. And it's Finney-Smith with the rebound.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
Count the basket. Porzingis has got his first points of the game.
And how about the vision there from Doncic? Can make the easy pass and also the difficult.
Outside Leonard. It's in and good for his 6th field goal in 10 attempts.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Doncic outside. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. Doncic has got 9.
3 straight to begin this half. Couldn't have drawn it up any better.
Leonard looking around. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Common occurrence for Leonard. Once he makes his way to the rim, Kawhi levels up.
Mavericks trail by 7. Doncic right side. It's Richardson on the wing. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Los Angeles calls timeout. And so George will bring it up for Los Angeles. Outside Leonard. Morris outside. Back to Leonard. Shooting foul. Folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review. Nice little run here to shrink that deficit, but can they get over the hump?
This is the tricky part. Having enough left in the tank to finish the job.
And here's George for 3. Hits the three-point bomb. George has got 5 now. You know, Greg, when you were in New York, you were on a super team of sorts. Compare that to the super teams they are forming now in the NBA.
Oh, we've always had super teams. And this misnomer that this is something that's just come about with this era is, to me, absurd. You've always had it. Whether the difference nowadays is I think the players have more say in where they go. And they can orchestrate how a team is constructed. But it's always existed. And the reality is this. You become a super team when you win a lot.
Sure.
And that's what really dictates how super your team is.
Here's Doncic. He's got 9. Offensive rebound.
Okay, nice job here in the second half. Field goal percentage is way up from what it was at halftime when it was just barely above 30%.
George up top. Richardson covering. Morris with the bucket.
We know about George's ability as a scorer, but he's also unselfish and a skilled playmaker.
The 3 for Doncic. The putback. It's good on the putback.
Oh, big time putback there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Here's George. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That one on Richardson.
Strong take by Paul. He plays with great decisiveness.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. Patterson comes in for Morris, and it's Batum in for Leonard.
money from the stripe. He does a great job night in and night out.
Redick finds Powell. Here's Brunson. And here is Hardaway, defended by Batum. Hardaway passes to Cauley Stein. 1 second left. Got a piece of it.
Just a great job of timing on the block from Patterson.
And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers with us. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game. And it's presented as always by State Farm.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate, and how about the setup this one?
At his position, traditionally, his job is to shoot the basketball. Give him credit for keeping his eyes up and just taking what the defense allows.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. On the floor for Dallas starting the 4th quarter here. Dwight Powell is out there with Hardaway. Then it's Willie Cauley-Stein. Then there's J.J. Redick. And it's Brunson in at the point guard position.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
And the Clippers making a change here. Jackson's checked in.
And they've really gotten on track here in the second half. After that shaky start, the field goal percentage steadily climbing. They couldn't make anything in that first break. More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
Brunson the pass to Redick. Pass to Hardaway. The Mavericks rebound. Brunson kicks to Redick. Drills it from outside. Redick's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Continuing to show activity on the offensive glass. Second chance buckets have been huge.
And the Clippers call time here.
And as fans and broadcasters, we're not permitted to hear the specifics in these huddles.
No, we're left to infer from the adjustments we see on the floor.
DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for the Clippers. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Tyronn Lue as he talked with the team. He knows this has been a hard-fought game. And he wanted his guys to just sit down and catch their breath. He said, look, we're right in the game, guys. Let's make a little push here. Let's come out with some bite. Kevin?
Thank you, David.
And they have scraped and clawed to get back into this thing, just chipping away little by little and finally now taking the lead.
And the Clippers call time here.
Definitely not pleased with their rebounding at the defensive end. The number of putbacks they've allowed has been terrible. I'm sure that's what he's going to address during this timeout.
So for the Clippers, Serge Ibaka has checked in for Cousins. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Nicholas Batum. And it's George in for Luke Kennard. And then for Dallas, Zingas, he's checked in for Dwight Powell. Josh Richardson comes in for J.J. Redick. And Doncic is subbed in for Jalen Brunson. Ibaka finds Zubats. Outside for George. Clock at 6. To the inside. And Ibaka slams it in.
Well, Paul knows the defense is locked in on him, so he takes advantage and finds the open man.
And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That's his first foul. And we're about 2 minutes into the 4th quarter now. Hardaway dishes to Doncic. To the middle, just 5 to shoot.
Yeah, tough entry pass. You want to kick the ball down low, but you have to be crafty about how you do it.
He's got a clear path. The finish. And Cauley-Stein throws it down.
Cauley-Stein, a tremendous athlete and a dynamic finisher.
George looking around. For those just joining us, 4th quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it.
Big points as the stakes rise, so does George's impact on the game.
Jackson against Doncic. It's Cauley Stein, top of the key. Richardson outside. Kicks to Doncic. The shot. Here's Porzingis. That one misses. Ibaka with some nice D. And so Ibaka will bring it up for Los Angeles. They've led by as many as 14 points.
Crucial points. Kawhi stepping up to the plate when his team needs him the most.
Doncic against Jackson. Cauley Stein up top. Porzingis trying to get free. And Cauley Stein with the basket on the assist by Doncic.
And he found the soft spot in the D on that possession.
Now George. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Power move from PG-13. He's added a lot of muscle to his frame over the years, putting it to good use right there.
And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a two-point ball game.
No doubt about those free throws. This is why you put the ball in his hands.
Doncic against Jackson. Off target from outside.
Trying to shoot himself out of his slump. And it's not going well.
And it's Paul George with the finish.
No moment is ever too big for Paul George. He remains confident in the clutch.
Doncic with it. From deep. Paul George grabs the miss.
The thing is, you want to do everything you can to help your team. And sometimes you just try to do too much.
43 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Misses the three.
There was a mix-up defensively. Left him all alone. He just couldn't hit it.
Cauley Stein passes to Richardson. Leonard with the steal. Here's Jackson. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Now it's a 6-point Clipper lead.
That's what Jackson's doing right now. Supreme confidence in the clutch.
Here's Doncic. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's the first that brings them within 5. And he is unable to get the second one. George against Richardson. Now here is George. So the Clippers with the win. They didn't make it easy. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Thank you for joining. This from earlier on, the Nuggets getting off the team bus and showing their passion. Now let's take a look at the Nuggets opening lineup. Jokic is out there with Aaron Gordon. Then there's Jamal Murray. Then it's Porter. And it's Barton in a two-guard. And for the Clippers, Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Marcus Morris. And it's Ibaka in its center. Now here's Porter. In the corner, it's Gordon. It's stolen by Ibaka. And here we go. Fast break. Beverly's got it. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
You know, when Beverly plays with that kind of energy, it's infectious. Sprinting the floor like that, an example of that energy.
Barton against George. Takes the 3. The shot, no good. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. From deep three-point range, from beyond the arc, and then some.
He can certainly stroke it from deep. The three-pointer is not a shot that George is going to pass up.
Murray outside. And now just over a minute played here in the first. Pass to Jokic. And Jokic throws it down.
With maturity comes greater patience, understanding how to play smarter. Murray keeps his options open and finds a teammate who's gotten free. Oh, I tell you what, we've all heard the stories of Jamal Murray's training routine growing up in Canada, like something out of a movie. Push-ups in the snow, dribbling on ice, deep knee bends with a cup of hot tea on his thighs. A little bit unconventional, but hey, it certainly got him to where he is now, so I would say it worked.
Here is Porter.
Boy, good vision that time from Michael Porter Jr. Saw the wide open teammate and then got the pass to him right on time.
Outside, George. And about 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
And early on, they looked great. They'd made all 4 of their shots to start this game.
Barton outside. Murray outside. Shot clock at 6. Kawhi Leonard comes up with the rebound. Clippers leading by 5. George with no one around. Offline with his 3.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Jokic inside, defended by Ibaka, and Jokic gets it to go.
How about that persistence there? Jokic refusing to give up on the glass.
1:58 left in the first quarter. Beverly the pass to Morris. To the paint, Jokic with the steal. Murray surveying the D. And the rejection by Leonard.
And just a big-time shot-blocking threat. Leonard's instincts on defense are just mind-boggling. Knows when to go after the blocks.
Now, here's Jokic. He's got 6. Murray the pass to Jokic. Murray against Beverly.
He's certainly been cold this quarter, guys, but trying to shoot his way back into a groove. No misses for him yet in this quarter. Solid as a rock.
Outside, George from deep. The long distance 3 is buried. George has got a pair of 3s now in the first quarter for Los Angeles. Now Murray. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Porter dishes to Murray. Back to Porter. Up again, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
You know, he's got to be exasperated right now, fellas. I mean, playing excellent ball, but they're still losing.
Outside, George. Here's Morris. Nice D from Porter. For Denver, they've gone just a shade under 50% from the field. 5 of 11. Murray, no good.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
You know, guys, it seems to me as though he's over anxious. He seems to be pressing, trying too hard, moving too fast. Just needs to calm himself down and wait for good shots.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
I like how George looks for contact. He kind of seeks it out. He doesn't back away from the hard physical contact. He knows he's going to get a chance to get to the line when he does take the contact.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for the LA Clippers. He got into double digits. We recently checked in with Jamal Murray, who discussed the team's approach to
the mentality of how we play, how we move the ball.
Greg, sounds like something a coach would say.
It's probably something his coach has said time and time again, but Murray's really matured into a reliable, sometimes spectacular performer for this team.
And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen so far from the Clippers, guys. What are your thoughts?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Yeah, you know, I agree. No warm-up needed. They came in on fire and have already built a nice lead.
On the floor for Denver as we get going here in the second quarter. We've got Monte Morris, Paul Millsap out there with JaVale McGee. Then there's Austin Rivers. And it's Dozier in at the small forward. Los Angeles making a switch here. Kennard's checked in. The pass to Kennard. Tried to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good. Rivers kicks to Morris. And we've played through the first minute here in the second. Pass to Millsap. Shoots over Cousins. Cousins pulls it in.
And being that close to the hoop, I thought he had enough room to finish that one.
And he lobs it up toward the rim. Greg, we know the names of the superstars, but there are players that are just under that category who probably should get a little more recognition.
Hey, Kevin, that's a great point, and I'm going to toot my alma mater's horn a little bit. Christian Wood's a guy that kind of reminds me of that. He's kind of on the come up. How about Devontae Graham, the second rounder back in 2018, but he's showing to be an established young talent in this league, and there are many more guys like that, and they're going to have their opportunity to become household names.
Morris finds Rivers. And finished off by Rivers.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
Here's Jackson, and Jackson throws it down hard.
The quickness of Reggie Jackson, terrific. Superb at slicing apart the defense with his drives to the rack.
Morris passes to Dozier. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played. And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. And a switcher also for Denver. Jokic is checked in.
You know, one of the things that's fun to watch, guys, is the evolution of a player. And Barton has really evolved into a solid player. Even though he was a second-round pick, he's come a long way.
And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Nuggets.
Early on, guys, excellent work on the boards here. I mean, you got to like those second-chance points they're getting.
And also, they're jumping on a lot of turnovers, making sure they turn them into points at the other end.
Passes it to Jokic. From outside the arc, the Clippers grab the miss. And now here's George, the fast break opportunity. Here's Leonard. He kicks it to Morris. Back to Leonard. Launches it. Hits it from three-point range. Leonard's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
Leonard has really become so good at catching and firing. I mean, he doesn't allow the defense any time to alter his shot.
The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
Oh, big time put back there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder.
And night in and night out, that's what he provides.
And drafted with the 41st pick back in 2014. How about this?
Jokic the definition of a sleeper pick. He was actually asleep when the Nuggets drafted him.
The story goes on that his brother called him up trying to congratulate him, and Nico hung up in his face. How about that? Didn't hear the news until the next morning. He certainly has a different way of going about things, but there's no denying he's got a lot of game, and it's fun to watch.
Kicks it to Barton. Back to Jokic. Jokic draws the double. Shot by Gordon, wide open. And the baseline jumper, no good. The Clippers in the lead. And it's Leonard. That time on the assist from Ibaka. Leonard's got 5 points so far.
Not afraid to get physical there. Leonard makes the shot in spite of the contact.
And here is Murray. He's still scoreless so far in this one. From deep. And Aaron Gordon gets the whistle that time. That'll be his second foul of the game. Kennard for three. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And some good. Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. Ernie Johnson. An outstanding first quarter for Paul George. He had 10 points. And you think about how Kawhi Leonard is able to dominate. And that.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game that's been so far. You look at Jokic in this game, he has been everywhere.
And he was an absolute monster on the offensive glass in that first half. I don't know how you slow him down.
And you know what, guys? I think it starts with having a body on him every time a shot goes up. I mean, they've got to do a better job boxing out.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got. They've got Ivica Zubac. Batum is out there with DeMarcus Cousins. And there's Jackson, and it's Kennard in at the shooting guard position. Here's Jackson, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Jackson's got his second basket of the game.
And good to see Jackson finish closer in. Not a guard who just chucks up threes. Can find the creases with that handle.
On the wing, Morris. Guarded by Jackson. Rivers can't get it to go. Clippers leading by 4. Batum finds Cousins. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Paul Millsap picks one up.
Boy, that time Cousins got his man in the air and was able to draw the contact. Good play by him.
And so DeMarcus Cousins nails both of them. The Nuggets trail by 6. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Millsap kicks to Morris. Six on the shot clock. Here's Rivers. The shot that time not on target. So the Clippers will take it the other way. Jackson has the open look. Nailed from three-point land. Jackson's got 7 points in the game.
You know, Batum is not just a scorer. He's a really good all-around player. Very effective at finding the open man, too.
Morris dishes to Millsap. Looking to end the run. He doesn't hit that one.
Clearly out of rhythm now, guys. I mean, just 1 for 5 to begin the second half.
Batum passes to Zubac. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. Millsap with the steal. Down low. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. The high post shot. They grab their own miss. Jackson kicks to Cousins. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. Wide open shot is on the money. Kennard's got the lead up to 11 now for Los Angeles. Rivers against Kennard. Pass to McGee. Out to Morris. Just 5 on the clock. All alone. But they get it back. Here's Dozier. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
Could have been much better defense. I mean, you can't give this guy any room to operate.
Jackson deciding where to go with it. There's the pass to Kennard. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Kennard's got 5 points now in the quarter. Morris dishes to Rivers. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. Here's Morris, and he banks in the layup. Morris has got 5 points so far.
You have to love the unselfishness on display there. Excellent passing.
Jackson passes to Kennard. From deep three-point range, here's Zubats. Floats it up for Cousins. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Rivers gets a wide-open look. Denver the rebound. That shot off. Clippers leading by 9. Throws it up high. No good from Cousins.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
And, you know, guys, always a tough catch on the lob. Placement and timing have to be close to perfect.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Shoots from 8. Pass to Zubats. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. And the Clippers lead by 11.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Lob pass to Gordon. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Nobody does it better than Gordon on the alley-oop. Boom!
Bounce pass from Beverly. Here's Ibaka, and the last shot before the buzzer is off. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Clipper. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. So out there for the Nuggets right now, they've got Michael Porter. Will Barton is out there with Jamal Murray. And it's Nikola Jokic. And it's Gordon in at the 4 spot.
Wheeling and dealing in the pick and roll. Murray, an encouraging sign of him improving as a passer.
Passes it to Leonard. To the middle. Morris kicks to Beverly. Barton against George. Shoots over Barton. The shot by George, no good.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
It's deflected. Jokic with the steal. Murray outside. Pass to Barton. Back to Gordon. No good that time. Empty that time from Leonard. And Michael Porter is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. And it's Leonard with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Murray against Beverly. Morris outside. Lobs it up for Ibaka. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
And the slithery agility of Ibaka. Not many guys can go up with him to stop the catch and dunk.
Porter kicks to Barton. Those 3-pointers off the mark. Ibaka with the ball. Now defended by Jokic. Morris, no good.
And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively.
Los Angeles leading by 9. Beverly wide open. Off target from three-point range. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Porter passes to Gordon. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Gordon's got 4 points this quarter.
And Gordon is a guy who's used to being bodied. I mean, he just kind of plays through it, shrugging off the contact and ignoring it, really.
Lobs it up for Ibaka. Outside for George. Sinks the three-pointer. And the Clippers lead by 10.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on him.
Barton finds Gordon. Back to Barton. Fires for 3. Rebound by the Clippers. Leonard's got 4 rebounds in this game. An open look for Beverly. That falls. Nice speed that time from George. And it's a 12-point Clipper lead. Murray against Beverly. Murray the pass to Porter. Back to Murray. There's a minute 34 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Porter. Morris with the rebound.
Well, you know, this is what happens. You can't afford to lose concentration even for a nanosecond.
And Leonard gets it to go.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Clippers.
It was like watching a three-point shooting contest tonight here.
And they just didn't seem to let up. Whether the last several shots went down or not, 3 after 3, it just seemed to pay off for them.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Paul George.
Well, the defense just couldn't figure him out, and he continued to put it to him.
And Leonard gets it to go.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
And, you know, this run shows what kind of attitude this team has. I mean, the win is there. Go get it.
Stolen by George. Leonard looking over the floor. Beverly for 3. It's hauled in by Gordon. It's Barton on the wing. He's covered by Leonard. Leonard against Barton. And the rejection by Ibaka.
The size, the timing of Ibaka, tailor-made for protecting the rim.
George passes to Leonard. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Six to shoot. On the wing, Morris. And Beverly kicks to George. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. And the outcome of, thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Ibaka. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's George in at the 2. So the Clippers win the tip. Outside Leonard. Outside George. And there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. That's his first foul. Terrific, talented backcourts tonight. Greg, did it ever add anything for you playing across another top-level guard?
Listen, it raises the stakes, no doubt about it. You always want the opportunity to play against the best because you want to see where you stand. But in the end, even when you know a guy's better than you, and you're going to have that be the case a lot of nights, you still know that you will have an ability to impact the outcome when it comes to winning. And that's where you have to keep your focus.
And Robert Covington picks up the foul. That's his first foul. And it's the Clippers' ball. Outside, George. Leonard kicks to George. Back to Leonard. Jacks up a 3. Los Angeles with another miss. And the foul called on Marcus Morris. That'll be his second foul of the game.
And he needs to get himself under control here. That's 2 fouls in less than 60 seconds.
Pass to Powell. Portland moving the ball around. Lillard scanning the floor. They get it back. Nurkic dishes to Covington. It's Powell on the wing. And Nurkic has it in the corner. Clock at 6. McCollum kicks to Lillard. For 3.
Oh, and that's just a great defensive effort there by Beverley. He is all hustle.
Leonard and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Oh boy, to be young again.
Makes you nostalgic, doesn't it? Lillard attacking. Dishes to McCollum. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard.
Hey, they've broken the seal. 3 misses to start, but now they're back in business.
McCollum against George. Rebound by Nurkic. Trailblazers have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. And George, here we go.
And I just love the aggressiveness from George. Just slicing apart the defense with that terrific ability to penetrate.
Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. Back to Lillard. Floats it up there for Nurkic. And Portland with another turnover here.
I mean, come on, fellas. Keep your head in the game. I mean, that pass should have been basic.
The Clippers have gone 2 of 6 from the field. George passes to Beverley. Morris outside. George against McCollum. And Covington sends it back. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Covington. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. Just 3 to shoot. Here's George. And it's good. With time running down on the shot clock. George has got his second basket.
And it's really hard to knock George off his balance. He's just so long and strong. Nice take there.
Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. And so Ibaka will bring it up for the Clippers. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the 2-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. And Lillard kicks to Powell. This one for 3. It's hauled in by the Clippers. And now running up the court. Oh, that was an impressive throwdown.
And throw it down, Kawhi. That was nasty. Love watching him go hard and attacking with power.
And they get it. Lillard misses.
And he just hasn't been able to make anything this quarter.
George with no one around. Traps in the tray. George has got 7.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Yeah, they've been very aggressive, and they've taken early control of this game.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
This isn't like him, and he knows it. The best thing they can do is try to get him more easy looks.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep...
And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Jackson, that's good.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Lillard way outside. Portland no good that time either.
Well, he has to work harder to get a good high percentage look. I mean, he's been taking some bad shots out.
Jackson has the open look. No good on the triple. Trailblazers trail by 13. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock.
I think McCollum's mechanics and mindset really come into play in the mid-range game. He's deadly from that area.
Here's Jackson. Ibaka right side. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
Yeah, we got to be careful. It's still early. They've expended a lot of energy, but they've also built a nice cushion here.
And Jackson throws it down hard.
Really seizing the momentum of this game, but doing it with a methodical approach.
They've decided to pound the ball inside, using their physicality to set the tone.
And as we conclude the first quarter, a one-sided game so far. Clippers lead by 10. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter. I
think in the past, anytime I got...
Greg, this is why they say there's no substitute for experience.
And I agree. And, you know, sometimes guys need to learn to be more selfish at times. You also learn, if it ain't broke, keep going with it. Ride the hot hand.
Oh, nice.
Oh, forget about going for the long-range bomb to cut into that lead. Just take it to the hoop, my friend.
And how? Brilliant throwdown. Now here's Jackson. He's covered closely. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Greg, you and I talk about the big man, his role in the current NBA, and how they can possibly carry the standard for the great centers before them. You played with the great one in Patrick Ewing, so you have a great appreciation, I would think, for it.
Oh, no doubt about it. And I think two guys kind of separated themselves a little bit. Nikola Jokic and Joel Embiid, I think, are the two guys that stand out for me because of their ability, in essence, to do everything well. They can shoot it, they pass it, they can shoot it from the free throw line, they give you rim protection. I throw Rudy Gobert up there as an elite center as well. Doesn't have the offensive impact that those guys have, but he does impact the game as well.
3 young, dynamic centers. Those are good names. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers.
That works just like they drew it up until the part where he short arms the layup.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, good evening. Well, last season, the Blazers were beset by injuries, and they fell short of their goals. Their star, Damian Lillard, said, Once we're in a better position, I want people to remember how I responded when things didn't go my way, so that they know my character is true. Kevin, we know that Dame grew up in Oakland, a place where overcoming adversity was ingrained. Back to you.
Thank you, D.A. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That's on Reggie Jackson.
Yeah, easy call.
Well, Melo made his way back into the league last season. He was immediately a heavy minutes player for the Blazers. Looked good as a third scoring option for the team.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Zubac is checked in. Back to Jackson. Pass to Zubac. Kicks it to Jackson. Shot clock at 6. Zubac trying to break loose. And the layup's good off the glass. Jackson's got 8 points.
And with Melo not having to bear so much of the scoring load, I think was good for him.
Yeah, especially since he took about a year off from playing. Melo had to take a long look in the mirror about how he can help teams win during his absence. But he clearly has something left to offer.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. Jackson passes to Zubac. Kennard for 3. Left side Jackson. And he lobs it up. And the dunk by Zubac.
Oh, and when there's an open man, Jackson finds him, making it look very easy.
Here's Simons. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. To the inside. Here's Cantor. The pass to Hollis Jefferson. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. A platoon swap here for the Clippers. For the Trailblazers. Clippers leading by 10. 1:56 left in the second quarter. Lillard against Beverly. Shoots it up. And again, no good by the Clippers.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Here's Leonard. And it's Leonard with the jam.
And busting it up the floor. Leonard showing a lot of energy on the fast break. If there's one thing he doesn't lack, it's hustle.
Lillard attacking, and Damian Lillard with the jam.
Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. The deep 3 from George. He can't get that one to fall. So the Trailblazers will take it the other way. And here we go. Powell, no one around him. The three-pointer off the mark. Clippers leading by 10. Here's George. Morris kicks to George. Leonard the pass to George. Stolen by McCollum. And oh, here we go. Lillard's got it, the fast break chance. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
Lillard is capable of getting up to slam it home. You better keep him out of the paint.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. George against McCollum. And George with the stuff.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Well, come on, guys. Someone has to rotate over. Defensively, that's just poor communication.
Lillard finds Nurkic. From downtown. Good on that shot. And with that, the Los Angeles lead is cut to just 7 on the basket from Lillard.
His three-point shooting is an important part of his game. Lillard has to hit that shot all night if he wants to keep the D honest.
And the Clippers call time here.
Adjustments are a part of the game, and the coach sees something he doesn't like here.
Yeah, I like the chess match that's going on here. Each team trying to find and exploit the favorable matchup on the floor.
Here's George. And that one released in time, but no good. Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the end. The story early on was Kawhi Leonard, who was on fire. He had 10 points. Thanks for joining.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. One guy who's getting it done is Lillard.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And as they can't slow him down, you know what you do? You keep feeding them and feeding them and feeding them. This is the right game plan.
Here's who Terry Stotts is starting the second half with. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic, and it's Powell in at the 3, the small forward. Here's Leonard. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
So hard to guard, really, without fouling. Leonard is an expert at forcing the issue and getting the call.
Leonard hits them both.
Oh, you can get spoiled watching him at the line. I mean, you just expect him to make every one, every time.
Lillard with no one around. Drains it from beyond the arc. Lillard's got 15.
Yeah, that's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
Outside, George. Pass to Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
And the feed from George couldn't be better. The timing, the placement, everything about that dish was pinpoint.
It's Powell on the wing. Out to the wing. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Beverly against Lillard. There's the dish to McCollum. Count that one.
With the quick, accurate release, McCollum thrives on catch-and-shoot opportunities.
And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. George passes to Morris. Back to George. Inside. And there's Morris. That's good on the assist by George. George has got 4 assists in the game. Collin passes to Lillard. That one drops for him.
You got to love how clever Lillard is. I mean, he's exceptional at gutting the D apart with his dribbling moves.
George against McCollum. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It goes on C.J. McCollum.
Clearly a foul.
This is his first free throw of the game.
And, you know, you go back to that horrific leg injury in Vegas back in 2014, and Paul George hasn't just made it back to the NBA. He's come back a better player.
Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for the Clippers. Lillard attacking. Nurkic dishes to Lillard. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. Clippers leading by 8. And here's Beverly. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. He kicks to Morris. A 3-ball. And the rebound by Nurkic. Portland's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. And a wide open look for McCollum. And it's off from 3-point range. The Clippers have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Gets the 3-pointer to fall. George has got 14 points.
And there's never been any question about George's 3-point range. He just goes through stretches where he knocks down the 3 at a ridiculous rate.
Down low, Covington. And the dunk by Covington.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
They needed that, and I love that he just didn't settle for the lay-in.
Takes it out to Leonard. 3-pointer. That falls. Nice speed that time from George. Leonard's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Really in a good position thanks to the accuracy from beyond.
And a deep 3 from Lillard. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Lillard's got 2 now from beyond the arc in the third for Portland. George looking around. 1:21 left here in the third quarter. And he goes big with the dunk right over Robert Covington.
and putting his explosive athleticism on full display there. George is capable of some highlight reel dunks.
The three from McCollum, and again it's the Trailblazers from deep.
That's a nice play, getting the separation he needs for a clean look.
Yeah, he may just have to put a little more arc under that, but either way, it's a tough shot.
Now here's George. He's got 16. Clock at 6. Here's Ibaka, and George kicks to Beverly. The Clippers need to get off a shot, and he hits it just before the shot clock expires.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
And so they foul intentionally.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Marcus Morris. Batum comes in for Kawhi Leonard. Kennard, he's checked in for George. And it's Jackson in for Patrick Beverly. 26 seconds left in the third quarter. Now here's Jackson. Tight defense on him. Out to Ibaka. Puts it up. Portland grabs the miss. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. Here's Jones. Serge Ibaka with the rebound. Here's Cousins. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers going into the break with a 10-point lead. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
I mean, well, if you're the coaching staff, I mean, you're pumped up. This highlight will not only make it on the TV, it'll make it into the film session.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. A moment now to reset the lineups, brought to us by Gatorade, all fueled up here for the fourth quarter. Setting the floor for the Clippers. Jackson is out there with Kennard. Then there's Batum. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. And it's Ibaka in at the 5 spot. Out left to the wing. Here's Simons. And that comes off the assist by Jones. Simons has got it back down to single digits for the Trailblazers. Now Jackson. And here is Los Angeles now. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Jackson deciding where to go with it. And Jackson throws it down hard.
If you do not appreciate the athleticism of Jackson, he can punish the deep.
Here's Simons, and stolen by Cousins. Outside, Batum. The shot's good from Kennard.
This is the kind of teammate Batum is. You like seeing him share it like this.
Simons, the pass to Jones. Here's Simons, guarded by Jackson. Lobs it up for Cantor. The shot misses. And the Clippers will come the other way. To the paint, stolen by Cantor. And here we go, Anthony, heading to the hoop. And it's Hollis Jefferson with the jam.
And maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, well, you could see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are pumped up. Pass to Kennard. From past the arc. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Jackson's got 4 assists in the game.
Everybody wants shooters like Kennard these days. Keep hitting threes, Luke. It'll earn you lots of dough.
Simons, the pass to Jones. Kicks to Cantor. 5 to shoot. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Got to appreciate how aggressive Cantor is on offense. I mean, it's what earns him trips to the line.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Robert Covington's checked in for Hollis Jefferson. Norman Powell comes in for Carmelo Anthony. C.J. McCollum, he's checked in for Derek Jones. And Lillard subbed in for Anfernee Simons. Pass to Leonard. And then Leonard with the dunk.
And there's only ever going to be one result when Kawhi's driving to the bucket, and it's going to be loud, and it's going to be painful.
Lillard misses. Clippers leading by 15. Leonard attacking, and oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. It goes on C.J. McCollum, and the first one drops.
You know, when he was in high school in California, Kawhi won the state's Mr. Basketball Award. And you look at the list of guys who've won that award over the years, it has a lot of the all-time greats on it.
Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Portland. Lillard finds Nurkic. Back to Lillard, stolen by Zubac. And the wide-open shot from Morris. And a miss there on the triple. Trailblazers trail by 17. Near the three-point line, it's McCollum. It's hauled in by Zubac.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while. And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for the Clippers.
They had a fantastic play from the bench.
And this team has great depth, and they showed it in this game.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for George.
What a teammate he was tonight, setting guys up for layups and open jumpers on what seemed like every possession.
Beverly for three. Portland grabs the miss. Fast break. Here come the Trailblazers. Here's Covington. Floats it up there for Nurkic. Leonard with no one around. No good on the three. And so it's McCollum. He'll bring it up for the Portland Trailblazers. Lillard outside. Back to Powell. Shot to stop the run. It's good.
I mean, he makes plays like that in his sleep. The game is just far too easy.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Feeds it to Morris. And again, it's the Clippers missing. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. Lillard with the ball. Can't connect from 14 feet out. Here's George. And George with the stuff.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
That's why they're in the driver's seat right now, looking to put this one away.
And no matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them.
David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. there with Paul George. Then it's Marcus Morris, and it's Ibaka in at the 5. And for Dallas, Kleber is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Richardson is out there with Luka Doncic, and it's Finney-Smith in at the 3 spot. Now, here's Doncic. Pass to Finney-Smith. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Richardson the bounce pass. Kleber finds Richardson. No dice from the high post. And so Ibaka will bring it up for Los Angeles. And Greg, Josh Richardson's a terrific ball handler out on the wing who can create for others.
Richardson gets a lot of assists per game at that wing position, not just looking to finish plays, but also to create for others. Very well-rounded threat on the offensive end, and that gives this team another dimension in terms of playmaking.
And the shot goes in from Kristaps Porzingis.
So your 7'3" guy can shoot 3-pointers? Huh. That must be cool.
About a minute played so far here in the first. George passes to Ibaka. From the high post. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Here's Porzingis. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Leonard with no one around. Can't hit the step-back jump shot. And it's the Mavericks on the break. Richardson the pass to Porzingis. And there's the call on Patrick Beverley. That is his first foul of the game. Just around a minute and a half into the first quarter. On the wing, Doncic. Defended by Beverley. Just 4 to shoot.
And speed and effort level. 2 things that make Ibaka an outstanding defender.
That doesn't go either for Porzingis. And here's George for 3. And he's good on the 3 ball.
And the lid's off. They're 1 for 4 to begin this one, but that shot might just get them going.
Doncic kicks to Richardson. Back to Doncic. The tray. Nailed from 3-point land.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from range.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
Now, here's Beverley. Outside for George. That 3 off the mark.
Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 fall.
Richardson doing a great job in transition. Has good speed. That time accelerates in the open floor.
Here's George. Beverley with the ball. Morris outside. Outside, George. Shoots the 3. George missing again. And it's Porzingis with the ball. He'll bring it up for Dallas. Richardson dishes to Doncic. Back to Richardson. Dallas moving the ball around. Got a piece of it. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Ibaka. I'm sure you've got a list, Greg, of players you've visited with over the years who you really enjoy spending some time with and talking to.
I mean, there's so many, Kevin. A couple guys, and there is a little bias as a point guard, but Damian Lillard and Steph Curry and Chris Paul are 3 guys that, you know, I enjoy sitting down and talking shop with. Giannis, you know, witnessing his journey to greatness. All the while, he remains humble and really appreciates his position. So several of these guys, I'm also not just an analyst partner, but a fan, and a big fan of theirs.
You are a fan indeed. Here's Richardson after the basket by Los Angeles.
I'm not sure how he finds himself in so much space there. He's kicking himself for whiffing a bit on that one.
George with the bucket.
Not just the accuracy in the quarter, it's his movement and the energy that's getting him on this nice roll.
Doncic against Beverley. Porzingis passes to Richardson. The rebound by Ibaka. Clippers trail by 4. Fade away. Leonard finds George. Porzingis with the block.
Yeah, good luck getting a shot over the 7-foot, 6-inch tall wingspan of Kristaps Porzingis.
Richardson, good.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
And here's George. After Josh Richardson was able to get the triple. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Pass to Doncic. Passes it to Finney-Smith. It's Richardson on the wing. Here's Porzingis. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And so it's Dallas. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And guys, what's your take so far on the Mavs?
Coming in hot. They were sharp from the perimeter right out of the gate.
They just couldn't seem to know what it was that they needed to do and how to stick them from outside. The defense pretty lost.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor. All fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the court for the Mavericks. Tim Hardaway Jr. out there with Dwight Powell. Then there's J.J. Redick. Then there's Cauley Stein. And it's Brunson in at the 1. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Yeah, they've raised their... shooting percentage in this quarter, and they're starting to get on track.
Outside, Redick. Brunson scanning the floor. Bangs home the trifecta.
Well, that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
And the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
Now here's Jackson. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Kennard finds Cousins. There's the lob to the hoop. Cauley Stein grabs the board. And Zubac picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Mavericks leading by 5. And here's Brunson. Dishes to Redick. Outside Hardaway. No good from outside.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Here's Kennard. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks.
For him, it's harder to miss that shot than it is to make that shot. I think he was anticipating a bit of a bump there. That's nice vision there. You see that pass, you make the feed before the defense has a chance to react, and that opens up a much better opportunity to score.
Now here's Jackson. Fires the 3, and the shot is good. The Maverick lead has been cut down now to just 4 points at the basket from Kennard.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
It's Redick on the wing, guarded by Jackson. Redick surveying the D. Fires from 18. Out. And it's rebounded by DeMarcus Cousins. Clippers trail by 4. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. Now the pass to Brunson. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Pass to Hardaway. Shoots over Batum. Hardaway, no good. Los Angeles has gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. The shot's good from Kennard.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Kennard against Brunson. It's Redick on the wing. Cauley Stein kicks to Redick. Powell down low. Defended by Batum. Cauley Stein dishes to Powell. Lays it up off the glass. And the Mavericks lead by 4.
Taking contact on the way up. Cauley Stein going through it that time.
And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Oh, and there's the alley-oop and the dunk by Zubac.
And you could see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other. Now here's Brunson. 5 points in the game. On the wing, Hardaway. Here's Cauley Stein. Second shot opportunity. And there's Hardaway. That's good on the assist from Cauley Stein. Hardaway has got his first bucket in this one. Now Jackson. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Kennard for three. It's rebounded by Dallas. Cauley Stein's got 4 rebounds in this game. It's Hardaway with the drive. Outside, Redick. Now here's Brunson. To the inside. Knocks it loose. Pass to Pop. Stolen by Zubac.
And really the smart thing would be to hold for the last shot.
Every second right now is valuable to you. That should be their strategy.
Hardaway for 3. Offensive rebound.
Yeah, the reach a factor there for Cauley Stein. I'd love to see him hit the boards a little bit more often.
Floats it up for Cousins, and Cousins throws it down.
Well, there's a nice connection between Cousins and what they're doing in terms of throwing it.
And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. The Mavericks on top.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody, welcome back. Win or lose, Kenny, the Mavericks have been one of the more stable organizations. And that'll do it.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. And so George will bring it up for Los Angeles. 4-point game. Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then it's Ibaka. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Morris in at the 4 slot. 6 to shoot. George against Richardson. Misses from short range. Mavericks leading by 4. Throws it up high. And the dunk by Porzingis. Greg, you were a physical, defensive-minded player. What are your thoughts on how closely the game is called now as opposed to when you played?
It is, Kevin, and yeah, some people like the physicality of the era I played in, but, you know, I like the beauty of the game with the spacing and the freedom of movement, and I think that's one reason why you see so much switching. It's hard to fight through screens without fouling, and ball handlers have become experts at drawing contact, even if it's, you know, incidental. And I think that's just an area where the game has changed so much that ability to play in space is so vital.
His shot was hindered by that momentous mobile 1 block.
And when you're behind in the game, that's what you've got to do. Contest every shot.
Now here's Beverly. No points in the game yet for him. Shot is good, and the Mavericks lead is cut down now to just 4 points with the basket from Morris. And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. Doncic passes to Porzingis. No coverage that time. Porzingis has got 7.
Well, that's a patented move, I think, for Porzingis. Excellent with the catch and shoot.
George looking around. From deep. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. 10 points for him. Mavericks leading by 3. Doncic outside. For 3, Richardson. Morris with the rebound.
If you told me this was the kind of game he was going to have, I would not have expected them to be in front right now. One of the more skilled offensive players that is on the floor here tonight. Not an easy fella to hold in check.
Here's Doncic. Paul George making his last shot. Doncic kicks to Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Porzingis showing you what he can do if he gets that close. The big man up big time.
Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Back to George. And George with the stop.
and some hang time on the rim. Puts a little cherry on the top of that slam.
Well, those kind of displays of strength can get one team rolling. Now, here's Doncic. Here's Finney-Smith. Back to Doncic. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Porzingis, good. And the assist goes to Doncic. Doncic has got his 7th assist in the game. Clippers trail by 3. Outside, George. Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. The Mavericks have gone 4 of 6 from the field since the start of the third. Passes to Porzingis. Back to Richardson. And there's the pass to Kleber. And the 3 off target. The Clippers have gone 5 of 7 from the field in the third quarter. Let's see if they can keep it up. And George kicks to Leonard. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. Now the Mavericks moving it up. Kleber, the pass to Porzingis. Releases over Ibaka. Back to Kleber. Pass to Finney-Smith. 6 on the shot clock. Doncic, no good.
Well, mid-range is where he makes the money. So when the D's slow to get out on him, always surprising to see him miss from there.
Changing ends quickly. He's rewarded with a high percentage look.
Yeah, the defense trying to do their best to slow him down. But when he gets room like that, you got to look out.
Now here's Porzingis. Dallas moving it around. But they recover it. Kleber with the bucket. And the Mavericks lead by 1.
And the rebound and the follow show you what he is all about. Gritty and determined with the soft touch to match.
Beverly deciding where to go with it. George dishes to Ibaka.
And this is where Ibaka is becoming a little more savvy. Just catches the defense off guard. All they can do at that point is foul.
The Clippers shooting their first free throws of the game.
And look back a season ago. They did a solid job at the line. About 79% of their free throws. And among NBA bigs, he is known for his ability to deliver at the free throw line.
So many different offenses that Tim Hardaway Jr. has played in, but he's trying to improve in his on-court awareness. A good show of it there.
A big-time effort for Porzingis. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
The coaches talk about it all the time, but to be able to play with that kind of feel, nice play, collaborating, improvising, and organic.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. They've got Cauley Stein. Dwight Powell is out there with Tim Hardaway Jr. Then there's J.J. Redick, and it's Brunson in at the point guard position. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas.
Or maybe the length coming into play this time for Cauley Stein as he's up and over the top of everyone.
On the wing, Jackson. Brunson covering, and the basket by Jackson.
And that solid play in the paint continues here, guys.
Brunson the pass to Cauley Stein. Powell kicks to Hardaway. And he's going up for the alley-oop, and the dunk by Powell.
And you could see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other. Redick against Jackson. Kennard for 3. That one doesn't go. And it's Dallas the other way.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
Cauley Stein passes to Powell, and it's in there. And it's a 5-point Dallas lead.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Jackson looking around. Kennard for three. A putback, and Ibaka is right there.
Yeah, and the ability to generate points off offensive rebounds, something Ibaka did a lot earlier in his career before he started spending so much time on the perimeter.
Brunson kicks to Cauley-Stein, and the wide open shot from Redick. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Kennard with the ball. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Rebounded by Hardaway. Mavericks leading by 3. And here is Powell. Pass to Brunson. Left side Hardaway. Lets it go with the 3. Cousins pulls it in. Cousins has got his 4th rebound in this one. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks.
And how about the confidence right now from Jackson? Not bashful at attacking and drawing attention from there.
For the Clippers, Marcus Morris is checked in for Cousins. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Nicholas Batum. And it's Paul George in for Luke Kennard. And they go to the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Doncic against Jackson. Here's Finney Smith. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. And the Mavericks lead by 4.
And how about the vision there from Doncic? Can make the easy pass and also the difficult.
George dishes to Ibaka. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Passes it to Finney Smith. Here's the 3. Rebound by the Clippers. Now the Clippers moving it up. George with the ball, and he misses the fast break layup. It's tipped. Stolen by Jackson, and it's George finishing it off.
That's why you turn to Paul George. These moments are for PG.
Mavericks have gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the 4th. Now Doncic beyond the arc. Morris with the rebound. And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. Trailing by 2.
And now the go-to guy in these situations. Leonard can handle that kind of pressure in the big moment as well as anyone.
Now here's Doncic to the middle. Got it!
Remember that one, guys, a difference maker.
I'm wondering, is that the biggest shot of the game?
George against Richardson. Now here's George. Not a lot of room. Here's Ibaka over Porzingis. And oh, that was close. He draws the foul. He'll shoot 2.
Extremely well put together in terms of body coordination. Ibaka pump fakes under control, then draws the foul.
Andrew Beverly, he's checked in for Jackson.
And he's the one person that the coaching staff and the teammates love to see at the line in a tight ball game. You can pretty much bank on these.
34 seconds left in the 4th quarter of this one. Porzingis passes to Kleba. Richardson kicks to Doncic. Takes a 3. And it's the Clippers with the rebound.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
Especially if you're a player that doesn't get a lot of shot attempts. But otherwise, the mindset is, I just got to get the next one to go. And you don't want to put that much pressure on yourself.
Dallas calls timeout. The score is tied at 48. Just 4 seconds left in the 4th quarter. And now, let's present our New Balance player of the game, Paul George.
And the shooting percentage, how about all the way in the 60s, shows how deadly he can be when he's feeling it. And as locked in as he was, they were trying to feed him as much as possible. But he never got out of control. I mean, he kept his head and just stayed patient.
And regulate. Well, 4 quarters weren't enough to decide this ballgame. Sit back and enjoy as we move on to overtime. So Dallas will get the first possession. And away we go here with post-regulation basketball. All fueled up and ready to go to overtime basketball here, brought to us by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got. Ivica Zubac is out there with Batum. Then it's Patrick Beverley. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's George in at the shooting guard position. Here's Beverley to take the lead. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Porzingis has got 8 rebounds in this game. And Zubac picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Doncic with it. The pass to Finney-Smith. Keeps it alive. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Oh, a nice tip in to salvage the points from that missed shot.
And those second chance points can add up. And the Clippers call time here. Clippers trail by 4. Outside, George. Inside, Zubac. No stopping him there. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Tim Hardaway Jr. is checked in for Dallas. Marcus Morris is checked in for the Clippers.
How about the poise from Doncic right there? He ups the ante when it's a critical possession here in the game.
Zubac the pass to Morris. No good from 11 feet. And the foul called on Marcus Morris. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Mavericks leading by 5. We're in overtime and 90 seconds gone here in what has been a great one so far.
Wow, you watched the defender and it looked like he knew that was coming. He made a quick play on it to intercept the ball in the passing lane.
Dallas has gone 1 of 3 from 3-point range since the end of regulation. Kleber finds Doncic. Back to Kleber. Kicks it out to Richardson. 5 on the clock. No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. Another 3 for Dallas.
And right now, they're just focused on putting together good possession.
That's exactly how they got the lead. They ended up having multiple possessions in a row with good quality shots, knocked them down, and the game is fully in their control. Well, your best players want to take on the burden come clutch time, and Paul George carrying the weight right now.
And here's Richardson. Pass to Kleber. And too long on the shot. Clippers with the ball. 6-point game. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
It looks like an orange in his hand, and Kawhi tenacious to the rim with that finish.
Dallas calls timeout. They're up by 4. There's 25 seconds left in overtime. Los Angeles making a switch here. Ibaka's checked in. One second separating the shot clock and game clock. Now Doncic. Clock at 6. It's Richardson on the wing. So it's a narrow victory for the Mavericks, pulling out the W. All right, David, thank you. And that'll do it, folks. For great. Out there with Paul George. Then it's Marcus Morris. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Ibaka in at the center position. And for Denver, we've got Will Barton. Jokic is out there with Gordon. Then there's Jamal Murray. And it's Porter in at the 3. Now here's Murray. Passes it to Jokic. Lets a floater go. Here's Porter. Shot clock at 5. It's good on the putback.
And offensive rebounding really about timing and positioning there. Gordon using both to burn the D.
Beverly deciding where to go with it. And the wide open shot from Morris. Gets a very good look and converts.
Some guys just understand how to generate points. He's one of them.
And Smitty, you know what Pat Beverly is going to bring every night. A fearless, ferocious, at times almost sociopathic level of intensity. And this guy just does not take a possession off.
You know, he's one of those guys I would have to question even playing with him. He plays so hard. I know I hate playing against him.
Now here is Ibaka. Kawhi Leonard unable to get his shot to go. George dishes to Beverly. And stolen by Barton. And here we go. Fast break. Murray's got it. Poked away. Leonard with the steal. Morris passes to Beverly. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Oh, such a beautiful pass to set that one up.
Yeah, the pass might have been pretty, but the finish was angry. Now here's Gordon. Yep, it counts. Gordon's got his second bucket.
An underrated part, really, of being a sick athlete like Gordon, body control. Used it there to keep the form on his shot.
Here's George. And here's Beverly. Lets the 3 fly. And there's Paul George on the assist by Beverly.
And right out of the gates, they are locked and loaded. 3 straight scores early.
Barton passes to Gordon. And then Gordon with the dunk.
And we all know Gordon isn't just going to lay it up. He's going for the throwdown every time.
Beverly against Porter. Outside Leonard. Lets it go from deep. He can't hit that time. And Denver the other way now. It's stolen by Ibaka. He's looking for Leonard and finds him. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D.
This is what you want to do on the offensive end. Get Kawhi looks in the paint. Rely on him to make a play.
For 3, Murray. Here's Jokic. A second chance effort. He takes it up and lays it in.
And that's a great play on the backboard for him. I mean, it's what we expect. All his second chance points do not come by accident.
Now, here's George. From deep three-point range, Jokic grabs the miss. Boy, your alma mater, UNLV, Greg, has produced some great NBA players over the years. I mean, so many great names.
No doubt about it. Listen, I got a special place in my heart for my former teammates Larry Johnson and Stacey Augmon.
Right.
But also guys like Sean Marion. You go back to Reggie Theus, who was a tremendous player. And right now in the league, you got Kim Birch, dunk champ Derrick Jones, and up-and-comer in Christian Wood.
Good mention. Murray against Beverly. 1:06 left here in the opening quarter. Leonard with no one around. Sinks the triple. Leonard's got 5 now.
Great rhythm on the catch and shoot. Kawhi showing us what's good.
It's Barton with the drive. Here's Jokic. And George gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. To the inside. And stolen by Cousins. Batum for 3. Clippers moving the ball around. Here's Kennard. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Outstanding decision. Kennard is getting better and better at creating offense for himself.
And it's Millsap with the ball for the Denver Nuggets. Trailing by 2. Rivers against Kennard. Rivers dishes to McGee. Back to Rivers. And another miss by Denver. Batum scanning the floor.
My goodness. Save that one. I want to see that again.
Me too. Just absolutely beautiful. Morris outside. And nothing is falling for him right now.
And one of the league's best defenders. Millsap closing out well on that one.
No shortage of scoring here at the end of the first quarter. Clippers lead by 4. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And guys, what's your take on the Clippers so far?
Well, they've been aggressive from the beginning, particularly on the offensive end.
And that has helped them build an advantage here, playing with good focus and good energy.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got. DeMarcus Cousins out there with Ivica Zubac. Then it's Luke Kennard. Then there's Batum, and it's Jackson in at the 1. Millsap with it, and Batum picks him up defensively. Rivers passes to Millsap, and Millsap slams it in.
I love that play for them. Get Millsap some space, and he'll make things happen.
And it's Monte Morris with the foul. That's his first foul. Murray against Jackson. Pass to Kennard. Zubac with it. 4 on the clock. The Clippers need to get off a shot. And another 3 for the Clippers.
We've seen Kennard steadily increase his three-point shots. Terrific accuracy here.
Murray dishes to Barton. Gordon against Cousins. And the foul called on DeMarcus Cousins. That is his first foul of the game.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Jokic kicks to Barton. Over George. Barton finds Jokic. Yes, that goes in.
Sometimes he seems to be indestructible with the finishes he can make. Jokic is a force down low. And for Jokic, a slow start to last season, came in heavy, lost over 20 pounds as he played his way into shape. And boy, did he come on strong down the stretch.
Leonard on the wing, guarded by Porter. Leonard, no luck. The Nuggets trail by 6. Barton passes to Murray. Gordon trying to break loose. A three-pointer, no good. Well, we know, Greg, that Jokic is never going to be the most explosive athlete, but some have questioned his conditioning, even his motor. What do you see?
I mean, the crazy thing is, even with those questions, he regularly puts up box scores we haven't seen in half a century. But to win it all, you've got to leave no stone unturned. And I think for a young player, he's got to make more of a commitment to his body. And I think we will see that in time.
Outside, George. Oh, Morris in position. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Excellent pass, PG-13, keeping his eyes up, using his vision.
Murray, the pass to Porter. Jokic with it, defended by Ibaka. Jokic kicks to Murray. Always going up for the alley-oop here, and Jokic slams it in.
The sneaky athleticism of Jokic, reminding everyone that he's capable of hammering it down on those alley-oops.
Pass to Morris. The shot by George, wide open. No good with the triple. The Nuggets trail by 4. Here's Jokic. Rebound by the Clippers.
Out of character for him to miss that shot. Maybe just a little too casual there.
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
He is just unwilling to settle. He gets right to the rim and makes sure they come away with points.
Porter, no luck. Clippers leading by 6. Leonard on the wing. Here's Morris. That's in, and he's now 3 for 3 and looking sharp.
Terrific score there off the miss by Morris. Doesn't get a ton of offensive rebounds, but making that one count.
It's Barton on the wing, defended by George. Murray, the pass to Jokic. Another field goal for him. 4 for 6 shooting tonight. And here's Beverly. He brings it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. 6-point lead. Barton against George. Back to Beverly. Morris outside. 6 to shoot. Ibaka right side. Porter with the steal.
Definitely got to use the clock here and get the last shot.
That's what I'm talking about.
Wow.
That was nice.
And how's that for a one-man show? Put this fella on Broadway.
The most magnificent alley-oop we could have seen. George, that's a 2-pointer. And that's it for the first half of action in what's been a very close game here. Los Angeles on top. They lead by...
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. The deepest hole they got themselves into in the... And...
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Los Angeles leading by 4. JaVale McGee is out there with Paul Millsap. Then there's Monte Morris. And it's Rivers. And it's Dozier in at the 3 spot. That's the group in the game for the Nuggets. Nugget shooting is beautiful right now. 60% for the game. Pretty much everyone out there has been stroking it. Batum, good.
Nice find by Luke. Shows good vision in both half court and in transition.
Rivers against Kennard. Right wing. Here's Millsap, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws. And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing if that was the right call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Here's Jackson. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Bucket is good. And the Clippers lead by 6.
The developing feel Reggie Jackson has for scoring inside, playing much more under control these days.
Millsap finds McGee. That shot is off. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. And the foul called on Paul Millsap. That is his first foul of the game. Clippers leading by 6. And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. The pass to Kennard. That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time. Kennard's got 11 points.
When Kennard is that set up, he almost can't miss. Such a skilled shooter.
To the paint. Here's Dozier. Got a hand on it. Rivers against Kennard. Fires from deep. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
Yeah, there's 6 points on consecutive 3 balls. They're finding holes now in the D.
To the wing on the left. Dozier passes to Millsap. to halt the run. It's hauled in by Zubats.
Starting the half with 3 straight misses. Not how they envisioned this one.
Cousins on the follow. Cousins has got the lead up to 14 now for the Clippers.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
And the wide open shot from Morris. The Nuggets with another miss.
All the energy is on the other side right now, and every miss just makes it worse.
You know what? This has always been a debate. Do you take the timeout or do you let your guys try to fight through it?
Cousins dishes to Jackson. Just 5 to shoot. Over Rivers. No good off the back of the rim. The Nuggets trail by 14. Misses from close range. LA's gone 6 of 11 when they've taken the three-point shot tonight. Very respectable. Jackson, that's a two-pointer. Fires the jumper from the corner and nails it. Jackson's got 4 points in the quarter.
Nice play. Usually Reggie prefers to initiate, but this time gets it done off the catch.
Stolen by Jackson. The three. No good. And the Nuggets going the other way. Here's Dozier. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
The problem is your opponent is making big plays as well. I'll be curious to see the response.
Morris passes to Millsap. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
When it comes to drawing fouls, Millsap's one of the best in the league.
This is his second trip to the line in this one. So for the Clippers. And so Paul Millsap nails both of them. Here now the Clippers. They're on a 14-6 run. And the foul on Will Barton. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, clearly he hadn't established position there.
To the left wing. Lobs it up for Ibaka. Deft touch on the alley-oop. And the Clippers lead by 14.
We know Beverly's ability as a defender, but don't underestimate his ability as a distributor. He has good vision.
It's Barton with the drive. Can't connect from short range.
How is it possible? Wide open, too.
Fires the three. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. And the Nuggets pushing it up now. And it's Murray with the jam.
And you see the vision from Paul Millsap. That's another area that he provides for his teams.
George double-teamed. Passes it to Beverly. He lobs it up. Porter with the steal. And now the Nuggets, fast break. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock.
Some coaches might not like taking the three on the fast break, but he had the open look and buried it.
And here's Beverly. He brings it up for the Clippers. At one point, they led by 16. He feeds it to Morris. Back to Beverly. Morris kicks to Beverly. On the wing, George. Got it off in time. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And we've reached the end of the third. Clippers lead by 9. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. The fourth. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
This is why you preach teamwork. Some of the most spectacular plays are the ones where guys are feeding off one another.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks, as always, for joining us. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got. We've got Kawhi Leonard. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverly. Then it's Marcus Morris. And it's Ibaka in at the 5, down low. The putback. Knocked loose. Clippers leading by 9. And here's the fast break. Porter leading the way. Feeds to Morris. It's hauled in by George. Los Angeles has gone 6 of 14 with the three ball tonight, just a little over 40%. Up top, Morris. Left side, George. He dishes it to Ibaka. Jokic with the steal. And the Nuggets pushing it up now. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And buckets like that have been hard to come by. Not the most exciting game. Both sides look way off in terms of their shooting.
You have to give credit to the defenses protecting the rim, closing out hard. This one's been a grind.
An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there. And that was the right call. When you need a basket, go to the guys you trust the most.
And it was great execution. Clutch effort all the way around.
And the Clippers call time here. Well, we know, Greg, that Jokic is such a unique talent at that center position. Young player, already top 10 in career triple-doubles.
How about the most triple-doubles ever by a foreign player? You think of the great skilled European big man. Jokic, arguably the most skilled of them all.
Zubac is checked in for Serge Ibaka. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Tyronn Lue as he talked with the team. He's encouraged where they are at this point in the game, but he told his guys things can turn in a blink. What we need to do is execute the rest of the way. So we'll see if they can finish this one off, Kevin.
All right, thank you, David. Clock at 4. Morris into the lane. Empty that time from Leonard. Clippers leading by 6. And that one's good. Beverly.
And this is what Beverly likes. Playing at a high pace, making his presence felt in the open court.
Leonard brings the double team. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. And so here's Denver. Down low, Gordon. Here's Jokic. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Marcus Morris picks one up there.
And it's a challenge trying to guard Jokic from there. Adept at making you foul him on the way up. And they came out of the locker room after halftime with a much more physical approach than what we saw in that first half.
In the corner, it's Morris. And there's the feed to George. Pass to Zubac. Shot clock at 6. Back to George. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. Will Barton, he's checked in for the Nuggets. Jamal Murray comes in for Monte Morris. The Nuggets trail by 6. Murray surveying the D. To the paint. It's stolen by Morris. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Leonard with the ball.
Finding a little rhythm here that they have to like where they're at.
They're playing well. They're building momentum. This is how they can turn a small lead into a big one.
For 3, Murray. And Jokic throws it down.
And this is why Jokic is an all-star, all-NBA caliber talent, because of his ability to dominate in an effortless fashion.
George with the ball. Clock at 6. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. And the Clippers lead by 8.
Smooth off the bounce with the strength to finish through contact. Paul George showing us how it's done.
Murray, the pass to Barton. Goes up on the wing. Gordon kicks to Murray. Off target from outside.
Aggressive closeout on a great jump shooter. That's how you defend against the 3.
Outside Leonard. Pass to Zubac. Kicks it out to Leonard. It's good from long range.
Inspired
tonight. They fought hard and at crucial points just made the plays.
Especially during this last run, which ultimately put the game away.
The kick out to Porter. Shoots over Leonard. Not enough on that one as it misses.
Yeah, but the hand in the face, it's critical that you contest his shots every time down the floor.
Beverly finds Zubats. Back to Beverly. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. The three from George. But they get it back. Jokic grabs the miss. From deep, it counts.
He's an asset in helping space the floor. He has tremendous touch from range.
And so Los Angeles takes the win. They came in here and took care of business. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
The bustling city of Portland. And with
Kevin, thanks very much.
Portland is indeed one of the great cities in the NBA. David, thank you. Here are the 5 for the Clippers. Marcus Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Patrick Beverley. Then it's Paul George. And it's Ibaka in at the 5 spot. And for Portland, we've got Robert Covington. Norman Powell is out there with Damian Lillard. Then there's Derek Jones. And it's Nurkic in at the 5. Now here's Lillard. Back to Covington. Leonard with the steal. And here we go. Fast break. Beverly's got it. And he caps off the fast break with a monster slam.
What a nice little burst from Patrick Beverley to get in transition.
And it's Jones with the ball for the Portland Trail Blazers. Powell kicks to Lillard. From deep three-point range, that shot off the mark.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
The shot by George, no good. At the elbow, Jones. And it's Jones finishing it off.
We know this about Robert Covington. He is a team man first and foremost. Pretty pass.
George passes to Beverly. Back to George. Pass to Ibaka. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. And so the ball's out of bounds. Powell touched it last. Clock at 4. Beverly dishes to Ibaka. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Nurkic with it. It's Ibaka picking him up. And here in the first, closing in on 2 minutes play. Now George. Passes to Beverly. And the pass to Morris. He kicks to George. Clock at 6. From deep. And the rebound by Nurkic.
Boy, just 1 for 4. A little brisky right now.
Pass to Powell from outside the arc. He can't get it to go. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Oh, Moore's in position. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Powell, the pass to Lillard. 13 feet away. And that one off the back of the rim and in.
Poor design there defensively. They know he's a knockdown shooter from that spot.
That's not coming with the right mentality. The defender neither closes the space nor challenges the shot. That's frustrating as a coach, boy.
And Morris throws it down. Well, it seems like every year, Greg, we see some incredible new players come to the NBA, and they are welcome with open arms. Their style of play is so terrific.
No doubt about it. You know, guys like Ja Morant, I think he's got a chance to be one of the greats. And any list about the future of the NBA has to include Luka Doncic. I don't know if there's a better basketball talent than that young man. And, you know, let's not forget about Devin Booker out in Phoenix as well. A terrific, terrific player. 3
terrific kids, you're right. Here's Beverly, following the score by Damian Lillard. Leonard inside. He's guarded by Nurkic. Kicks it out to Leonard over Jones. Portland grabs the miss. Lillard the pass to Nurkic. There's the triple. Lillard misses. And so Ibaka will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers.
And what a unique career Serge Ibaka has had. Some incredible totals for him over the course of his career.
That's right, Greg. I mean, I think people would be shocked to know Serge Ibaka was the first player ever to make 500 threes and have 1,500 blocks. Hard to imagine nobody had ever accomplished that feat. Give credit to Ibaka. He changed his offense and added the 3-ball. Leonard doesn't give the defense time to react. His catch-and-shoot game is on point.
And Jones has it in the corner. .32 seconds left in the first quarter. Lillard from outside, just 5 on the clock. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
And I think that one could have easily fallen for him.
Leonard, no luck.
All alone from mid-range. They know he won't miss many of those.
Jones kicks to Lillard. From deep three-point range, the long-distance three is buried. Lillard's got 7 points in the game.
And we've seen Lillard hit that shot before. He has no fear when it comes to the deep three.
Gets the three-pointer to fall.
And guys getting into a nice groove here, starting to feel it.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling.
And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. The Clippers on top, leading by 3.
What we've learned is staying together.
And Greg, of course, he helps keep everyone on the same page.
He communicates well with his teammates, and he listens. That's why they trust him. The discussions go both ways.
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
And why wouldn't they? You see their effectiveness in the open floor. Very difficult to slow down.
Anthony is out there with Hollis Jefferson. Then it's Enes Kanter. Then there's C.J. McCollum. And it's Simons in at the point. They're the group the Portland Trailblazers will start the second quarter with. Here's Jackson. Pass to Kennard. Up top, Zubac. Now, here's Kennard. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here. Zubac, no good. Portland trailing here. Here's Simons. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. And a wide open look for McCollum. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
Jackson looking around. Passes it to Kennard. Yes, that goes in.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth, physical basketball, guys.
Here's Simons, guarded by Jackson. Simons, the pass to McCollum. Now the pass to Hollis Jefferson. Batum grabs the miss. The Clippers have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. Stolen by McCollum. And here's Kanter. From deep. And it's rebounded by DeMarcus Cousins. The Clippers in the lead. Here's Kennard. Outside for Jackson. Five to shoot. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
That's the efficiency you want to see from Jackson, using his poise and vision to make a play.
It's McCollum on the wing. Jacks up a 3. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. Clippers leading by 3. Jackson misses.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Here's Simons. He's still scoreless so far in this one. And there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. That's his first foul. So Portland ends up going with the new group. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Jackson against Lillard. Pass to Kennard. Shoots over Powell. Offensive rebound. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Batum brings length and a versatile game to his spot on the wing, and his defense always a big asset for this team. He's the kind of player that everybody needs to have out there, kind of a glue guy.
And the Clippers making a change here. Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Zubac. Morris comes in for DeMarcus Cousins. Paul George is checked in for Luke Kennard. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Reggie Jackson. Shot clock at 6. Lillard fires away from way outside. To end the drought. The Trailblazers with a new shot clock. It's good. Nurkic has got his first basket.
And this is where Nurkic gets a lot of his points, staying active even after the shot goes up.
Beverley against Lillard. Beverley, the pass to Morris. Los Angeles with another miss. Trailblazers trail by 3. Covington finds Nurkic, and the basket is good. Nurkic has got 4 this quarter.
Sometimes a player is born with a passer's mindset. He deals it with conviction.
George against Powell. But Trey. Los Angeles with another miss. And it's Lillard with the ball. He brings it up for the Trailblazers. Here's Nurkic. Pass to Covington. Lillard outside. Nurkic. And it's blocked by Ibaka.
Boy, still a dependable shot blocker. That is what got Serge Ibaka playing time at the beginning of his career. Nice.
Defense doesn't get much better than the mobile one block we just saw on replay.
Close games can boil down to who makes plays on defense, and that is one heck of a rejection right there.
Sinks the three-pointer. We've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
And guys, I think each team knows they can win this game, just a matter who can.
All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. The deepest hole they got themselves into in the opening period.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. You have to like what we've seen so far from Damian Lillard.
And you know he's going to put up points every time out, but boy, he made it look so easy in that first half.
And let's see if he continues that trend the rest of the way. He certainly has the talent and the endurance to do just that.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. Setting the floor for the Clippers. We've got Patrick Beverley. Morris is out there with Ibaka. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's George in at the shooting guard position. Lillard with it. George picks him up. Finds himself wide open and drills it. Powell's got the lead. Back up to 2 now for Portland. George against Powell. Lobs it up for Ibaka. And Ibaka slams it in. Greg, you're the all-time assist leader for the Big West Conference. In that frame, talk about some of the traits that make for a good floor general, a good point guard, a good facilitator.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you have to be a leader because that's what the position calls for. Unselfishness, instincts, that stuff matters. But ultimately, your teammates got to feel like you played for them. And that's when you have a chance as a team to be special.
I'm assuming you've always been like that. Am I correct?
No, that is not
really?
true.
Wow.
I evolved into a leader. In all seriousness, I think some guys are natural. Others, like myself, had to evolve into it.
Here's Leonard. That one falls. Leonard's got 7 points.
Boy, that's 3 for 4 this half. You like that they're starting with a little bit of extra energy. Nice.
Passes it to Powell. Launches it. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
George with no one around. Good on the three-point shot. And it's a 5-point Clipper lead.
Boy, excellent start to the second half. They've missed just once in 5 attempts.
And Paul George, Doris, kind of a late bloomer coming up in high school. His older sister used to give him the business on the blacktop. Of course, eventually, he found his stride, and the rest is history.
It took some encouraging from older sis and his high school coach, who actually had to threaten him with running suicides to get the guy to shoot more. And think about it. This guy plays his college basketball at mid-major Fresno State. That's really where he got onto the NBA radar.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. No good on the three. Trailblazers trail by 5. McCollum with the ball. He's picked up by Cousin. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Here's Jackson. And there's the pass to Kennard. And he lobs it up toward the rim.
My goodness. Save that one. I want to see that again.
Me too. Just absolutely beautiful. Pass to Simons. Back to McCollum. Fires the three. Connects from three-point range. McCollum's got 9.
Potent with and without the ball, McCollum is a tremendous spot-up shooter.
Outside Jackson. Pass to Kennard. Back to Jackson. High post, Zubac. And contact on the... And, yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And they call an illegal screen here.
Boy, that's the last thing they needed. This game too close to be making those kinds of errors.
LA has gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. Jackson against McCollum. Pass to Zubac. Kicks it to Jackson. Lets it go with a 3. No good. Shot missing. Here's the break. Gonzalez Jefferson blows the dunk. Zubac in the post. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, GA. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. 3 quarters of play in a close game here. Clippers lead by 2. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back in just a moment. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game. And it's presented, as always, by State Farm.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the 2-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or 2 when he needs to.
Well, having multiple playmakers on the floor makes you a much tougher team to defend.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. They've got Anthony. Ennis Cantor is out there with Hollis Jefferson. Then there's McCollum. And it's Simons in at the point guard position. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers. Jackson with it. The pass to Kennard. 6 on the shot clock. Outside for Jackson. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And how about the confidence right now from Jackson? Not bashful at attacking and drawing attention from there.
And so it's McCollum with it. He brings it up for the Trailblazers. It's a 1-point game. Pass to Simons. Back to McCollum. And it's denied. And he commits the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone right now. Pass to Zubac. Outside Jackson. And Ennis Cantor picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
And now only 1 away from being in the penalty.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Tipped away. Morris kicks to Leonard.
Strong finish. Well, Kawhi Leonard might be quiet off the court, but on the court he makes a lot of noise.
Lillard outside. The putback. There's Nurkic putting it right back in.
They continue to battle out there. So close to taking the lead.
Yeah, but that's been elusive. They've missed a few plays along the way that they'd love to have back.
And he's able to get it back. Morris inside. Covered by Lillard. Morris, no good.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
Lillard dishes to Nurkic. Lillard looking around. Over Morris. And he overshot that one, missing.
Well, seized up just a little bit at the last second. That's when he normally converts.
Out to Ibaka. Back to Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
There's just so much force that Kawhi plays with. It is what allows him to rise up and put it down with authority.
Three-pointer, Lillard. Again, the miss by Lillard.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
He is trying to shoot his way out of it, and it might be better for him to pass the basketball at this point.
Passes it to Leonard. 6 to shoot. And the 3 off target.
He couldn't believe how open he was. He just couldn't convert it.
1:56 left here in the fourth quarter.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Up top, Powell, defended by George. Nurkic, and finished off by Nurkic.
And the swag Nurkic plays with, it's infectious. He doesn't back down from taking a big shot.
And George, here we go, lays it up off the glass. And the Clippers lead by 3.
These are the shots we have come to expect from Paul George. This guy is cold-blooded.
We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter.
Sometimes you just have an off day, and this is one of those games for him.
Nobody near Leonard. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in.
Absolutely no fear. Kawhi Leonard welcomes these moments. He relishes these moments. On
the wing, Jones. Lillard against Beverly. Floats it up there for Nurkic. Shot clock at 6. Lillard misses.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down, try to get some easy ones.
He hits the first one, and that increases their lead to 6.
Well, I don't know that when he was selected 10th overall back in 2010, that the casual fan understood that Paul George would become one of the most effective two-way players in the NBA, but he's done just that.
A.J. McCollum, he's checked in for Derek Jones.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
And you know what? They keep calling his number, and they're simply trying to get him out of this funk.
A 3 from McCollum. Portland, no good that time either. And it's the Clippers' ball. They're on a 12-4 run right now. Back to Morris. Clippers moving the ball around. Beverly finds George. The pass to Ibaka. Plenty of space. The shot's good on the assist by George.
And it was going back and forth there for a while, but now starting to just stretch out that lead a bit. They're definitely looking like the better team.
So the Clippers with the win. They came in here. David, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us. That'll